Welcome to Project M.S.G podcast. I am Christian from Japan Life Live with
Smoke. So yeah, welcome.
So last week was Golden Week in Japan, which is a week-long holiday where all the movies come out and all the cool stuff happens. But I don't know. This week I didn't do much. How about you? What did you do on Golden Week?
I actually went to Tokyo again. So yeah, that was fun.
Why'd you go to Tokyo?
Oh, well, mainly because my brother wanted to go to Tokyo. I just figured out that he never been to Tokyo by himself. Not by himself, but without family members. So we were like, oh, why not just go to Tokyo and enjoy like a normal vacation, not like the rush vacation, if you know what I mean. So yeah.
That's cool. What did you guys go see?
We went to you know where's Asakusa? There's like a shrine and with like a giant what do you call that? The red light pole.
Oh, the Torii Gate?
Yeah, that place. We went
Yeah,
there.
Asakusa.
Yeah.
When you walked in, isn't it like a bunch of like rice crackers and stuff
Actually,
for sale?
no. It's not rice cracker. It's the what do you call it? Like the tiny what do you call that? Like tiny cakes. It shapes like the Tokyo Tower and like the famous place in Tokyo. Yeah, it's actually quite good. It's because the store I went over to bought that, it's handmade, so everything is so good. They got
What the heck?
They got the green, not green paste, my bad, the red paste one and one without the red bean paste. Of course, I don't really like red bean paste, as I grab the regular one, like the normal flavor. What is that? Is it caramel? I can't remember. I can't remember what is that.
Something deeply wrong with you. If you don't like Onko, man, there's something deeply
what
wrong.
What do you mean is wrong? I just never. I don't hate it. Okay, first of all, I don't hate it. I just never enjoyed it. Okay. So yeah.
I feel like I know most foreigners can't eat that stuff. You know how when you come to Japan and you eat anything, like even super basic stuff, like
Yeah.
I'll get a tea and people are like, you can drink tea, and I'm like, yeah, we have that too.
Actually,
But for some reason, Onko was like a huge thing. I was like, I think everyone likes this, and then when I talked to my friends, everybody hated it but me.
well, I don't know. It's really well. To be honest, coffee is the same. The Japanese people doesn't drink black coffee. Have you
I
realized
noticed
that?
That's weird.
But yeah, so
Black coffee, that's the reason for my existence.
oh really? Yeah. So yeah, I went to Asakusa and I also went to Tokyo Teleport. Have you ever heard of it?
No, what is that?
So at the lower part of Tokyo, near the ocean, Pacific Ocean, there's a place that they have events and a bunch of different stuff. So me and my brother went there, and there was like a food festival with a lot of Mexican food. It was
nice.
awesome. And then we went eat like a bunch of Mexican stuff because I never tried those Mexican food. It was fab, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic. Now you know why so many Americans eat Mexican at least like twice a week.
Yeah, and also I ate the soft shell taco, not the hard shell this time. So it's better.
Yeah, I'm about that.
It's better.
I'm all about the burritos. Like because it was weird because I went to Mexico a couple times when I lived in California, and I loved the burritos there. And when I came back to America, I like the burritos in America. They're different, but they're good.
Well,
I haven't had Mexican food. Mexican food in Japan is super rare too.
Actually, yeah. So that place was awesome. Like everything is either Mexico or Mexican American style food. So it's fantastic. It was fantastic. So yeah, and we also went to have you heard of Round One? The gaming center.
Oh yeah. So of course, yeah.
There was a place called Joy something. I can't remember the name, but think of it as a Round One mixed with USJ. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, Joypolis. It's
Yeah.
like Joy Monopolis or something like that. Yeah.
It's owned by Sega, so you got a lot of like Sonic stuff in there, but it was sick. So there was like a indoor roller coaster, and
What?
And next to the indoor roller coaster, there was like a 3D stage. So like how like VTubers like perform and stuff, and a lot of different kind of arcade stuff. And it only cost me like 4,000 yen. It's not bad for like a tiny USJ. So that was
basically
fun.
an amusement park. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That's unusual because if you go to USJ, that's a big amount of money, and it's not only just getting in, but
Going
everything
there.
that you want to buy. Yeah, is ridiculous. Oh yeah, the trains and stuff too. If you don't live in Osaka, you're screwed.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and
It's fun though.
yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
we-
Yeah, whenever I go to Tokyo, I always stick on the Yamanote line.
why?
So
Why?
I feel like, because I have no interest in the outside part.
God,
Yeah.
bruh,
Yeah, I don't
go
know,
somewhere else. That's grass, mate.
Well, it's see. That's the thing. I don't go up there enough to be bored of the areas that are kind of main.
Okay.
You know, so I always check out what changed. I go up like every 4 years or something. So things change, but not significantly. But yeah, I don't know. As the aged otaku, I like to hit up Akihabara, even though it's not
yes.
so special anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Harajuku's always fun just because the energy's cool. But honestly, and I know, man, I'm gonna get hate for this, but there's too many foreigners and it doesn't feel special anymore. Like it used to be like a bunch of handmade stuff and a lot of
you're
like
not wrong.
weird little foods. Yeah, but now it's just like it's a tourist trap. So I'm like, it's not as fun. But I don't know. For me too, it's also got like a nostalgic feel because when I first came to Japan for my vacation, the first place I went was Harajuku, and I got lost, and I ended up walking for a day, like a full
A
day,
day. Huh.
and I just kind of I just saw Japan until I ended up super far away, and I recognized a train station, and I ended up at the train station and just got on and realized, oh, okay, I'm kind of actually close to Ikebukuro where my hotel was. But yeah, I don't know. I was really into Japanese like dramas and stuff, so I was always looking for the locations that things were filmed, and yeah, I enjoyed that. And then I went to a bunch of concerts and stuff when I first came.
Oh, nice.
So for
Good
me,
pick,
yeah,
good pick.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed like the main part of Tokyo, but yeah, I haven't gone off the beaten path too much. There used to be a really cool place called Kichijoji, which
Yeah.
had a bunch of like cafes and little things that you could do. It was an artistic town.
like those family-run cafe or like like
Yeah.
those kind of stuff, right? That's sick.
Nothing chain. It was awesome. But the problem is it got a renovation and now it's just like every other place. I'm like, that sucks. And even the cool tea shops all closed, and I don't know. It just made me sad. So we never went back after that. I normally dip down to Osaka because it's a bit cheaper to go. But yeah.
Well,
That's cool though. Yeah, Tokyo's a trip. I love going there
Yeah.
anytime you can because it is the heart of Japan. No matter what anybody says, like, oh,
Yeah,
the
it
small
is.
towns better, or Kyoto. If you go to Kyoto, that is a tourist trap of a town unless you get out of the main area.
and it's kind of impossible to get out the main area, to be honest.
Yeah, have you been to Kyoto a couple times?
I've been there twice, but those two times I went to Kyoto, I just feel like, yes, I'm in a tourist trap place. Hell, yay! I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's bad. It's just
No.
it doesn't feel like I don't know. It's hard to say. It's just all I can say is tourist
It's the
trap.
Disney.
Yeah, Disney World. It's just
It's
Disney World.
it's Disney World version of Japan. Like there's a lot of fake buildings and there's a whole bunch of the same souvenirs in every shop. Like I'm gonna buy a small geisha doll, which I did because they're cute
Geisha
as
doll,
shit.
okay.
But but you see them in every shop, and it's kind of okay. This is just the thing they sell here. It's nothing is that special. But when you get out of the main area, I mean, obviously the castles and stuff are beautiful. All the temples are beautiful, and it's it's a cool area.
I think
to
the
see.
funniest part is maybe because we live in Japan. That's why we have like a different kind of
Yeah.
vibe when we go to Kyoto. If we go as a
Right,
tourist,
right,
then we'll
right.
be like, oh my god, it's Japanese style stuff. But we live here, so it's more like, oh, that house,
Right.
Oh, that castle,
You also totally know when you walk down the street, you're like, okay, yeah, we've hit the Disney World part of this. Like, yeah. I mean, we're not to give up locations, but I'm in a small town, so when I walk around, I see old style houses all the time. I see
Yeah,
like
we're
a
used
lot
to
of
it, to be
old
honest.
architecture. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's real too. There's an old lady smoking out in front of her house, and you're like, yeah, it's a real small Japanese village style life. Where when you go to Kyoto, it's a little bit different. You're like, oh, I mean, it's not bad. It's a fun place to see, and like I said, there's a lot of historical relevance, and it's really cool. It's just you got to know where to go. So the first time I went with a guide, not like a guide, but a friend that knew what was up, and I got to see all the cool stuff. The second time I went, I was just in the shopping area, and I was like, okay, I could have done this anywhere. You know, it's like this is.
Oh, yeah, this place looks like special. It looks exactly the same as the Osaka one. It is just tourist shop. Congrats.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean, that's again, Osaka is another really good example. If you go to Dotonbori, like that main shop area, and you've never been to Japan, everything's new. You're like, oh my god, a capsule shop! Me. You can buy all the capsule toys, the gotcha and stuff. Oh yeah, me too. I loved that. Then you eat everything, and oh, this is so good. So then you realize, right, I was losing my shit over takoyaki stand that I later found out was just a countrywide chain. I'm like, oh, that's not even special to Osaka. Oops. Yeah. But, you know, then I've gone down there a bunch of times, and now you know where the cool stuff is, and I could guide someone through Osaka now because you know where all the good stuff.
I think there's one thing that is special when you live in Japan is like you go to the tourist place and you try to find the non-tourist shop restaurant. There's always going to be one or two like it's hidden. Those are the gold. Yep. I don't know why, but every time I go to Japan, I mean, sorry, not Japan, Tokyo, I was like, my main goal is to find go to the tourist place and find a non-tourist shop restaurant. And I found one in Shinjuku, next to Shinjuku Station. But when you walk in, there's no tourists. It's only Japanese people eating. I think it's like, what do you call that? I grill stuff. Yeah, those Japanese style grilled pork.
Like the yakitori and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh! You're talking about the not motsu, doteyaki.
Yes, that thing.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. And I think it's cheap in Shinjuku Station. It's only like a couple yens per what do you call it? Per dish. Is it that how you put it? I suddenly can't English good, but yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, that's one of my
heading into those back streets. Yeah, heading into those back streets, you see some cool stuff. There's a place again in Osaka. My friend used to live down there, and when I was down there for a good chunk of time, she was like, "Oh yeah, you gotta check out this place." So we ended up going a couple stations away from the main place, and it was a really dead small town, but they had a little shopping arcade, and all the food was gold. Everything tastes good, and people were lined up around this 10,000-year-old woman that was making korokke. Yeah, and I was like, "What's so special about it?" And she's just like, "Shut up and eat it." And I'm like, "All right." And I'm like, "Okay, I get it. I would wait again for this." And I hate lines. Like this is
and the price.
That stuff is good.
The price, the main thing.
Yeah,
different.
It's like 2 for 100 yen or something.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Oh. Yeah, my Golden Week was completely the opposite. I did freaking nothing. I went out to a couple malls, but it's weird. Usually Golden Week sucks because a lot of people return home, and as we've said, we live in a small town, so people come back to the small town, and it's crazy.
Oh yeah, I did it in reverse this time.
Yeah. And it wasn't bad in Tokyo, was it?
You know, I don't want to say it's empty, but it's normal. I can say so. It's not crowded. It's not empty. It's just normal. That's it. So that's good.
Right. So I walked around. I went to the malls around here. There was nobody out. I was nuts. So I was just kind of, I had coffee. You know, I did the normal me stuff. I read 3 books and had 10,000 coffees and just hung out in cafes. But it was weird not to have to wait in line. Usually Golden Week is insane. So I was surprised. The only place that was busy was the movie theater because of the Conan movie. Oh, everybody loves Detective Conan.
Right.
Which I wanted to see, but I just can't justify me saying $20 to go see a movie. I'm like, it'll be on Prime.
Is it that expensive?
It's super expensive now. I can't justify it. Like it just seems wrong for an hour and 30 minutes, especially like if it's a Dragon Ball movie, something I love, or was that Boku Hero Academia or something unusual that is. I went and saw the Godzilla -1 when it came out, or -0.
Okay.
And I loved that. But I had to take a step back from Conan because it's every year. Kind of like Crayon Shin-chan. I love it, but I'm not going to pay money to see it. Yeah, in a theater, nah. So I did that. I bought snacks. I walked around. I was a little bit weird about it and just enjoyed stuff. And then I don't know. I actually took a break for the first time in my life. I didn't really
Good on you.
work on much. Yeah. I mean, I did some lessons, but it was easy. And I've been trying to learn more kanji because I'm tired of not being fully literate.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. I know like basic middle to high school level kanji, and it's just like, nah, all right, I'm gonna buckle down to it. So I got, I'm basically, according to the Japanese government, I'm Japanese now. So I should probably speak the language. I don't want to be that guy. Because I knew people when I first moved here, names withheld, that lived here for 20 plus years and they didn't speak any Japanese. They couldn't read any kanji. They were barely able to navigate a menu. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to be that guy.
That's not good. No.
I hate that guy. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
Like, learn it. It's not that hard, Japanese, I don't know. It's weird. Though I did think about this. When I would try to read Spanish when I was a kid, like learning Spanish, from English to Spanish, it was hard because it was English letters, but in the wrong order.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about the way that Japanese people read kanji? That's got to be a nightmare for you because you want to say it a different way, right?
Yes, I do. And the saddest thing is, my kanji level is around maybe junior high school. So your kanji skill is gonna be better than me. So I struggle a lot in kanji.
Yeah, I avoided it for a long time. What I learned from first ones I learned were food ones because you just see it all the time in menus.
Sure.
Second one, like the easy stuff, like exit, me, all that kind of stuff, because you learn it from comic books and just living.
Oh yeah, you do. But it's like daily stuff, and you know it.
Yeah. Yeah, I Slumdog Millionaired it. Like, you don't really realize that you're learning all this stuff until you go, oh, hey, I know all this stuff. But it was difficult. It was difficult to sit down and try to actually study for it. I'm just not good. I'm not good at learning like that. I'm a way more hands-on learner, so things like that have always been hard.
Yeah.
I learned hiragana and katakana in an hour with flashcards.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's not that I'm bad at this kind of stuff, but when it came to the kanji, it all looks the same to me, and I'm like, oh,
I
God.
can't really learn like stuff. I can't sit down and look at a book and just learn stuff. I need to do something practical to learn stuff. That's me.
Right. Yeah. That's why I learned so much from watching TV and full immersion style things, and I mean, I'm lucky because I have such an interest in anime and manga more than anime. So I'd pick up the mangas and I'd try to read stuff, but they didn't have the furigana. So, and there was no app to translate back then. Actually, kind of thank God for that, because if there was, I probably would have just pointed my phone at it and it'd turn the pages and let it auto translate. But, right? I mean, that's got to be what people do now. I can't imagine anyone.
Yeah, most people just
reading
do that.
Yeah, because I know that the people that actually like official translations are junk subs. Those are so bad. Have you ever? I don't know, because I don't know if you read in English or what, but like I've tried reading some translated manga, and the story is so skewed. The characters have different motivations some places. Yeah, it's weird.
Actually, I read a couple of like translators book, but it's so cringy. The dialogue is just cringy. That is the main problem. I just gave up. Just close the book and nope, no more.
I know that Reddit is basically the hive mind for stupidity, but I was on Reddit reading through some stuff, and I was like, oh my goodness. So they changed one of the characters in Dragon Ball is this young Saiyajin girl, and it's for Super. And in Japanese, she just sounds like I would say like a high school dropout kind of bad girl vibe, like a Yankee in Japanese. Yeah, so, it's like a lot of like, oi, omae, ikiru ze, like that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, they translated her as, I don't know, like using super current slang.
Oh, what?
So she's saying things like, Riz and just all this stupid. So
like,
and I'm like, come on, guy.
Let him cook.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I look at this stuff and I go, okay, that was the magic of original Dragon Ball. If you read through all that stuff, that was the 80s too, when people were like, oh, awesome, and or they would say, weird words all the time for everything,
like, good.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
I mean, watch any 80s movie and you're going to be like, okay, yeah, this is dated. If you read through original Dragon Ball, which was written in like 1984, 85, it's not that, it doesn't feel dated at all when it comes to the dialogue, because it's very basic. It's like, hey, let's go find the Dragon Balls. Okay, it's like super easy stuff like that. I don't know why they translated it, but then also I realized that there's other characters called the Ginyu Tokusentai or Ginyu Force, I think in English.
What?
But it's like those guys also are super Yankee. So the way they talk to each other is like, oh, mochiron-sa, like, kind of really,
I get it.
yeah, like that kind of style. But I don't know why, one of them's Australian in the English version, which is the dumbest crap I've ever.
Yes, a Yankee become, now let's have two markers, right?
100. Yeah, I was listening to this. I'm like, what is this? What is happening with this? I don't know. Like in the translations, like the way that they speak isn't the only problem. It's the words that they're saying don't match the original the original
Dialogue.
What the meaning of what they're saying is different.
Oh.
The intention is different, and the severity is different. Because I think that what that invoked, because you have to remember, this was being written to a teenage audience. So when you're facing those kind of people, the kids at school that you're scared of, that always walk around in a gang of 5, they're like, hey, we're going to do this to you and there's nothing you can do about it. It was that kind of a feeling. It's supposed to invoke that kind of feeling. But they just stripped it completely away. They're like, he's Australian and this guy is dumb. He's like, durr, I'm going to hit you, durr. You're like, what is this? I don't know. It just didn't. I mean, I know that there's people that like the dubs, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like, if I wasn't fluent in Japanese.
To be honest, like, Japanese, the original Japanese dialogue anime is the original one. The English one, maybe it would change to like a comedy anime. So, to be honest, it's two separate anime if you come.
Yeah, it's just the way that they do, that whole localization. And we can even go into, oh, God, yeah. So, movies, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, take the best freaking example right now is you have Godzilla Minus Zero, which is a masterpiece. It is a very Japanese story about a hero's journey, someone who, gave up on their duty and ran from responsibility, turning around and doing the right thing. That is a good story that a lot of people liked.
Like the hero story.
Right. And sacrifice and cool stuff like that, and not being perfect from the get-go. That's something that I think American storytelling really needs to understand, is not everybody is perfect from the first scene of a movie. So you have this extremely flawed, you hate him in the first scene, like, this guy sucks. By the end of it, you're like, I hope he lives, which is a weird thing to do. You have this total turnaround on how you feel. And I'm watching this movie and I'm enjoying it, and I'm not going, hey, where's Godzilla at? Like, you're actually enjoying the story of this, human in a Godzilla world. Then, on the other hand, there's a giant CG monkey punching a giant CG lizard, and you're like, oh, that's the American version.
Okay.
Yeah, right? So, they're like, Godzilla, Kong, and you're like, oh, they're punching each other, they're flying around, look at them, he's body slamming.
Michael Bay, boom.
Yeah, right. So, it's not that I hate that stuff. I don't. Like, it's fun. I enjoy Fast and Furious, but it's just weird to see a Japanese property that was so well handled in Japan be like, oh, by the way, here we go. It's also the way that they just see Japan in general. Movie makers, it's like they've never traveled or seen Japan, but they want to put it in every movie. So you watch John Wick 4 and they go to Osaka and he's like in this weird robot hotel.
Wait,
like, what the hell?
Do you remember Fast and Furious, is it 9? They went to Tokyo, and that's not Tokyo.
Yeah, that's not Tokyo.
Hong Kong or something like that. What is that?
It looked like a weird amalgamation. It's like a weird amalgamation of like Hong Kong and Seoul, Korea.
It is. And the streets are Korea, and the lighting is Hong Kong.
I know, right? And I love the fact that they're like eating ramen, and when they start fighting, no one does anything. There would be, again, for someone that has lived here for a significant amount of time, if I was to direct that scene, one, do the set better. Make it a daytime, make it like in the middle of Japan, because then you can have some fun stuff with it. Like when they start fighting each other, have the police just stand there and blow their whistle, because that's all they would do. Like they don't run up and arrest anyone in Japan. They'll be like, gook, gook, please stop what you're doing. Like that's all it would be.
Somehow, so it would be Fast and Furious 2, the Tokyo Drift one, has the better Japan than the Fast and Furious 9. How?
What is that?
How?
What is that? At least they took the time to drive through Harajuku once. You know what I mean? Like they did that one scene where he's drifting down a street where he legitimately would have killed about 600 people if he had taken a turn that fast. But yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, I enjoy it. Tokyo Drift's a fun movie to this day. I enjoy it.
Well, people hate it, but it's my favorite.
Right,
That's it.
right.
It's my favorite.
I don't know why. And plus, it introduced my favorite character, Han. Which I mean, come on, you can't hate Han. He's awesome.
And
Yeah, I don't know. It bothered me. I was like, come
Same.
on, man. But yeah, it's weird how I don't know that it's like people want Japanese aesthetic, but they don't really know what it is.
just
It's not like the weird old houses and kind of people just living their daily life and the kind of peaceful look. Because you could have fun with that and make it interesting, but they always like it's neon lights everywhere, and it does. It has a very Hong Kong vibe to it every time they show Japan.
There's no neon lights in Japan. Wait, not I won't say it's no, but it's not like that. It's different. Different kind of neon light.
Yeah, not like that at all.
Not like they were
And to be
round
honest,
ones.
15 years living here, neon lights is not a thing. You'll see it sometimes in restaurants, but mostly they're Korean restaurants where they have the neon lights.
Bruh, wrong country.
Right?
Wrong country, bro.
Right? I don't know, but it is a strange thing. It's just the way that they do that kind of stuff. I don't know, localization and all that always bothered me. I think that's the reason, because when I started my whole I love Japan journey, it was from karate, so I was really into karate stuff, so I liked that. And when I watched Dragon Ball, it was straight with commercials recorded off TV, so I didn't have any subtitles or English voices. I didn't need it.
Wow.
I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah. And then that's why I got the pacing down for the language. So a lot of times people will say, like, if you're listening to a foreigner speak, they'll be kore ga hitotsu onegai shimasu, that kind of weird accent. And I never really had to battle with that too much because I had heard it growing up from the time I was 10 years old.
I had the same thing as you, because when I was young,
Right?
I watched anime without subtitles, so I just listen and guess what it is talking about. And the thing is, I don't really. When I was young, I don't really enjoy those fighting anime. I kind of like those nichijo anime. So the stuff I learned from those anime, it kind of helped me, like, my accent doesn't have like a heavy foreign accent.
Yeah, I think a lot of people learned from either Azumanga Daioh, because the way they speak is fairly natural, or Keon is fairly natural.
Oh yeah,
it is kind of funny
my
though.
My first anime is Keon, so that's why.
Oh really? Keon's great.
One of the best.
I do love though when you see someone that's like, so if you meet someone that has a master's of Japanese language, they're always speaking keigo, like super polite banker talk.
Oh yeah.
If you meet someone that learned Japanese from anime and they're my generation, they always speak like an anime hero. Goku way of speaking. If you meet someone that's around your age that speaks Japanese, they're very feminine because they learned from, again, K-On! Or Love Live, or it's all girls
Oh
cast.
no, you're not wrong. Oh my.
Yeah. right. So it's kind of funny to hear it, but after a while, it all evens out, and you just start having the normal.
Yeah. Well, here, when we talk about this, so my first day going to I'm finally willing to go to Japanese school to learn Japanese. My first day, the way I speak Japanese is adding a wa at the end. It's so feminine that the teacher just told me about it. Like, are you a woman? No, you're not.
Right.
I have to add one to it. So I didn't know that, and yeah, at the start, people thought I'm weird. Thank you.
Yep.
Anime.
Same with me, because I learned it from I learned how to say things like yone at the end of it. So kore wa desu yone, like that kind of thing, and that's super feminine.
That's me.
Yeah, and it's
Oh my
so
God.
I was like, dang, oops.
Yeah, let's not talk about this anymore. So
well, it's just funny because you hit that point where you realize what you've been doing.
Yeah.
And you go,
oh no, cringe. I don't want to think.
I did it. Oops.
I want to take a hole and bury myself. Just oh my.
Well, it is weird too, because you can always tell how people learned English in Japan too, because they'll say things that are, I know some people that'll say, oh, thanks for this. Oh, no worries. I'm like, why are you Australian?
I think that's why.
Who the hell says no worries?
I think that's me. I kind of because the way I speak English is more like an Aussie, so I kind of like.
Well, they're everywhere. People don't know that, but Australian people are everywhere. Every bar I know is owned by an Australian, if it's a foreign bar.
Oh, so it's not me then. Thank God. Thank God for that.
No, it's not only you. No, we've known. I mean, just between the two of us, I've known quite a few people that have that.
Aussie accent?
That jump into that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They say mate all the time and stuff.
Yeah, well.
You're like, all right. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
It's not. it's not a bad thing. People understand, as long as people understand you. I think that's all that matters. As long as
True. Sure. Well, my like
Yeah,
because my comrades there, most of them are from Australia, so that's why I kind of pick up their accent. I was like, yeah, now mate, hey mate, how you been? Eh?
what the hell?
How many years? I think
No,
8 years
the way it
ago.
works,
So
though.
yeah, 8 years ago. So when I finally pick up speaking English a lot, it's from them. So well, here we go. We're Aussie accent with a tad bit of sprinkle of Asian accent in it sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, I've got what's called a transatlantic accent. People can hear, but I don't notice it.
I don't.
I'm sure I sound weird to somebody.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure I do. Somebody I sound weird to somebody because I know it was when I meet certain people, they go, "Ah, you're not fully American, are you?" Like,
Oh.
how can you
Well.
tell? Yeah, there's weird stuff like that kind of hits, and I go, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah." I don't know how you noticed that, but sure.
Sure, why not? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much going on though. This is a chill week.
Oh, it's a fun week for me. It was fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy you actually got to enjoy some time.
Sure, thank you.
You don't see your family often, right?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, it's hard to get around. People don't understand that.
The thing is, because everyone is working even though we live in Japan, but they are far apart. They don't live in the same prefecture, so that's hard to like meet each other.
That's always my favorite thing when people say, oh, can you come visit? I'm going to be in Hokkaido for a week. I'm like, no. Don't you realize that's like saying, hey, I'm going to visit New York. Well, I live in Seattle. You can't really.
Actually, this stuff always happen. Like my friends, because some of my friends doesn't live in Japan, so when they come over, they're like, oh, I'm going to Fukuoka. You want to come join me? I was like, it's like a 10-hour drive, or maybe the Shinkansen is like 7 hours. No, thank you.
Are you paying for this? This is a long way to go, guy.
Like from Tokyo to Fukuoka, I think for trip go and back, I think it costs maybe 4,000 yen. Oh no, 40.
Yeah,
40? Wait, Yoma yen. Is it? Wait, So
Yoma 400.
400, sorry.
400, about the equivalent of about $400, depending.
Yeah, so around that price. So I'm good. You have one. I will just check your Instagram, and that's good for me.
Yep. I know it sucks. It sucks that you can't get around too easy. It's difficult, but people think it's way easier than it is.
Well, to be honest, I feel like people should not people should. I mean, like, if you want to come to Japan, don't do it the traditional way. Actually, try road tripping in Japan. That's a lot of fun, actually. Because I mean, for
if
real.
You like being in a car, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's me. So yeah, that's my tip.
Yeah.
Try the road tripping. If you like cars, then do road trip. If not, do the usual way. So yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting though, because I've seen people, there's like abroad in Japan and stuff. Whenever they do their road trip, that's usually where he gets a lot of views.
Oh.
I think because people, you see parts. If you're interested in things that are not mainstream, if you're coming here for like anime, or you like Japanese entertainment and whatnot, it's not worth driving around. Because you're gonna spend most of your time in a car. But if you're here for like the view or things like that, you're gonna enjoy the shit out of being in a car for a while, because there's a lot to see.
There's a lot of mountains in Japan, so it's not just only anime. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. If you're interested, if you're interested in that sort of thing, there's a lot to see. But it is interesting to try to navigate in Japan, because the streets are really. I was driving this whole time because I don't like driving, but I do it sometimes, and it is such small streets.
Well,
really narrow streets, really hard to navigate.
I'm kind of used to like driving in narrow street, but the hardest place to drive is going to be Osaka. Like after 50 meters, there's another red light, and then next after the red light, there's going to be a right turn. If you miss that, then you cannot turn right. And I'm not going to drive in Osaka forever again. Or
No,
Osaka,
it's a
all
nightmare.
of Osaka is a ban. I ban Osaka for myself to drive there. I don't want to run a
Yeah.
red light. It's just crazy there.
It's not worth it. You end up in the middle of, and plus people don't understand that's one thing with Osaka is there's a lot of one-way streets.
Oh, yeah.
It's not built on a grid, so you're in the middle of nowhere trying to figure something out. That there's a lot of that, which makes
And
it
there's a lot
difficult
of
to
bridge. If you
navigate.
miss the bridge, you need to go around a massive circle to go back up to the bridge to go to the next part of Osaka. Because there's a lot of bridge
Yup.
and there's only one way in for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that sucks too, because it's so hard to try to get around, and you have to I don't know. I have a Navi in my car,
Yeah.
so when I'm driving around, it'll be like take the left. It's all in Japanese too, but I mean but it's like I hate it because it'll interrupt me when I'm driving and I'm super lost and I don't know where I am, and the voice comes on and it
先
says
に500ミートルが右で行ってください.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
mine always says there's a train rail ahead of me, and then I panic because I'm like, wait, what? And it's not what I was expecting to hear, left or right, because I'm listening for left, right, or straight,
Yeah.
and then it's like there's a train rail, and I'm like, wait,
What?
what?
Wait,
And I'm
what?
trying to look at the map, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? People are merging in front of me. There's a dude on a bike that just decides to ride across the street. You're like, this sucks. Driving in a small town's not so bad, but yeah, I don't want to.
City?
I don't want to do that.
Nah, I'm good. City. Just stick to the metro system, just like the subway.
Yeah, I mean it's easy and it's good if you're okay walking for a long period of time. But I will say I drive a lot in the summer because weather sucks.
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
don't
too
want to be
hot.
outside in the sweat box.
Uh-huh.
And right now we're in the rain season. And that's always fun.
I hate that.
Have fun with rain. It sucks because it's humid and rainy, so you're just like, wow, cool. I'm wet and sweaty. That's cool. Or people, I used to drive a motorbike. And it was a pain because I had to make the decision. I'm either soaked with rain or I wear a raincoat and then I'm soaked with sweat.
Well, I'd rather rain.
And either way you smell disgusting. So I'd finally get to my job and I would always have so basically I had bike clothes and then I had a towel, deodorant, and extra clothes. And it was suck. It just sucked. Then I joined a gym and they were about a block away from my office, so I'd pop into the gym, take a shower, and then umbrella walk back. But by the time I got back, I'm soaked in sweat again because it's 240 degrees outside.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
okay, okay, and I was like, you have no patience. I'm like, yeah, talk to me in November when it stops being hot. So what you got going on this week? Are you doing anything fun?
This week, not really. I just got a bunch of stuff need to finish in school. That's it. Because Golden Week already ended, so time to go back to normal life. Civilization.
Yeah. Now that my break time is over, I am diving fully back into doing YouTube, so there will be a lot of updates. I have a whole bunch of stuff I need to edit that I'm looking at, and I'm like, I'll do that tomorrow. And tomorrow came, so I'm doing it today. Yep. So that is it. That'll be fun. So yeah, check out the channels. They'll be in the descriptions. Japan Life Live and channel name.
Oh, my bad. Smoke. Sorry. Hi. Bye. Wait, no, bye.
Jeez. Yeah, so we'll do that. So yeah, we will see you next week.